take him home and smoke him. Alright, I'm going to show you how I smoke buffalo, but it's essentially the same thing you do for smoking a carp. I'm just not going to do that because I know people who get really sensitive about cooking carp, and they both taste pretty good. I prefer the buffalo though. It's a bit better tasting meat, I think. So here's the buffalo. I've just finished cleaning him. For buffalo, they've got a lot more slime on them than carp do. So what I like to do is take some table salt and sprinkle it on the outside, and then that'll help get rid of a lot of the slime. After cleaning it, gut the fish. They've got a whole bunch of scales along the bottom here. They'll blunt your knives really quick, so I like to use serrated knives. Okay, so we've cleaned out the insides and we've just got that slit down the bottom. Now you just want to cut behind the pectoral fin and the skull towards the spine. Do that on both sides. Once you've got both sides cut, what you want to do is break the ribs. Now I take my bread knife and cut along the spine. Once we've cut the fillets off the spinal cord, we're left with two nice fillets here. Not much waste, as you can see. It's just basically that whole spinal cord. Then you just want to clean all the junk off your ribs and rinse them off, and then we'll get to making the brine. So for the brine, I'll use a gallon of water. And 2 cups of this pickling salt, which I got at Walmart for $1.50. I'm going to add 1 cup of brown sugar. And you just mix all that up. Alright, so once that salt and sugar has all been dissolved into the water, you can throw the fillets in there, cover it, and stick it in your fridge for 24 hours. You can actually keep it in longer. I know one guy, he keeps it in for 3 days, he says. But the minimum you want to do is 24 hours. Right, the next step you want to do is rinse the fillets, pat them dry, and then let them sit for about a half an hour. Keep it on the smoke setting on your Traegar. Keep it going for 1.5 to 2 hours. That's what it took last time I did it, but that was in the spring and it was quite a bit warmer. It's in the 20s today, so it could take a bit longer. So I decided to try the cherry flavored pellet. It says on the back that it's not for fish, but right online other people use cherry. I think any sort of sweet flavored pellet will work well. Usually I use mesquite. That's pretty good flavor for the fish. This time I'm trying cherry. We'll see how it goes. Alright, so after the internal temperature of the carp gets to 180 degrees, you want to take it off the grill. I'd start checking it at about 1.5 hours into the cooking. When it gets there, it's going to look something like this. And you're probably wondering, why is there only 1 fillet when there was 2? Well, I already ate the 1. This stuff is so good. You'll eat it till your kidneys fail. That's the biggest reason why I don't make this very often. It's so delicious and so salty as well. So I'll just show you where the bones are. Basically, you got all the rib bones along here. This is actually the best piece of the meat. Once you peel the skin off the back of there, these rib bones are the only bones you have to worry about. The other bones are going to be along this little line right here, and there's some along that line right there. And they're all facing in this direction. I'll just break this apart so you can see. So there's the bones sticking out. If you break it this way, you can just pull them. They're pretty long bones. I don't know if it'll show up on the video, but that's what you're dealing with. And they're pretty easy to pull out like this. So as you can see, it's pretty nice white meat there. The only thing that you got to watch out for is the bloodline. So here's the ribs. They come off nice. But all this discolored dark meat right here, you just want to cut that out. Peel the meat off the skin like that, and then you want to scrape out this It's really soft and mushy, this part. And most people that have tried carp and don't like it because it tasted muddy or whatever, it's because they ate this stuff. It's not that bad, but I can see why people wouldn't like it. It's so good. You don't even know. It's probably the best thing you're not eating right now. For storage, I like to keep it in the fridge. It should stay good for quite a long time. It doesn't last that long. Made those 2 fillets yesterday, and I'd be surprised if I still have any left tomorrow. This stuff is just so delicious. Just got this one. My action camera wasn't working. Just caught him on a curly tail jig. It's 30 inches. I don't have my scale, but he feels about, I don't know, maybe 12 pounds. He's got a bashed up face. Don't know what that's from. But I'm just gonna let him go.